Mabo and Jimmy, Mabo's so happy. Cuteness is justice, that's why he's loved by Jimmy. Mabo and Jimmy, Jimmy's so silly. Cuteness is justice, that's why Mabo loves Jimmy.
Hello guys, this is Mabo
and Jimmy.
And Francois.
Alright, welcome back guys. So what we're gonna do today is to react to our reaction for Meet the Queen for season 13. We are comparing our thoughts about each queen actually prior to the show, and then now we watched the entire season, so now we for sure changed our impression about each queen. So that's what we're gonna do.
And even though Francois wasn't in this filming, he did have impressions of them, and I think he'll remember them. And if he doesn't, we'll remind you.
Alright, let's go.
My name is Denali. I am 28 years old and I'm from Chicago. I grew up in Alaska in an untouched land, so I'm very much inspired by nature, ice, and cold. And
Look at this wow, I didn't know that. You see, I didn't know that he grew up in Alaska.
So,
and I maybe forgot that.
She's got a little dimple just on that one side.
Me too, I have only one side dimple too.
It's like Bianca Del Rio.
Ah, is that though? Alaska.
Reference.
Right.
And I am one of the few ice skaters. There was milk. But I'm gonna
now we know fully, like she is ice skater and she's phenomenal. Oh, I like that confidence. Yeah. She had the confidence from
Probably
beginning
will be
to
good
end.
TV.
Yeah.
You think so?
Like, yeah,
I didn't see his confidence. He had the drive.
It sounds like Lemon's voice.
Give it.
It could be.
Kinda.
He definitely did have drive. You'd have to
He was very driven to make it.
Okay, so what did you think about Denali? Kind of same impressions?
Probably the same. It didn't change much from then. I think I've been seeing things all day now. It's a fly.
Is it a bee?
I don't know that I was super impressed from that then, and she was good, and she stayed kind of floated in the middle and won something up in the early part.
She won the first lip sync against Rose.
So she won a challenge.
Right.
But that was it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly, I thought that she's gonna go a little bit farther.
Probably.
Because of the confidence, but yeah, I surprised with how she, eliminated during the season.
I was too, but I actually think that she was just an okay queen who still needs to mature a lot. Even at the very beginning, I thought so. So I was like, oh, okay, you're there. Good to know. That's it. But loved her as soon as she started doing her drag.
Elliot with two T's.
I'm 26 years old and I'm from Las Vegas.
She's only 26 years old. She looks older than 26.
I like her blue accessories.
I'm a ballet dancer. I can't help it.
Ballet dancer.
I have to walk into a room like this. I'm not gonna sit like this. I can't help it.
Did you straighten up your back?
Yes.
She's been 12
I am way
years.
taller than you both.
Correct. But you look shorter. Back then, we didn't say much about her. Like, we didn't say, oh, I think she's going to be in the top.
Yeah, we even
I don't
didn't
think
know.
I didn't feel her being in the top. The only thing I felt good about is that she was a ballet dancer. That's the only thing I had any reading on.
Mm-hmm.
So other than that, I didn't think she was in the top. That's from what I think I remember.
Because Brooklyn was ballet dancer, so I guess we had a high hope for that. A couple days ago, Francisco showed me Elliot's dance in the bar, and she was like electrifying, like so energetic and so good. And I didn't see the same energy, maybe once at the lip sync against Valerie. That was like, now I saw your talent and she was so good, but I didn't see the same energy throughout the show.
I think that once she's out doing shows,
She'll do her own show.
she's just fabulous.
Yeah.
This show makes you so stressed, and she was in her head.
Yeah, I want to see more about her in life situation. Okay, next.
Wow.
Got Mick.
Okay, let's
Can
see.
I have it placed aside?
I am going to be the first trans winner of RuPaul's Drag Race, period.
Looks like so neat.
Yeah.
Nothing close to that.
I don't mind the, you know, like a quiet voice and
Oh, wow.
What do you think?
So this looks fine. That's kind of what I think
180
she's
degree
going for, because she
different
stopped
opinion
right
about
here.
that.
Just so I think that's the look.
And already expensive look.
She's the makeup artist.
Like, oh yeah, this headpiece alone.
And I don't even remember what the question was, but I love it.
Yeah, that makeup. Look at her waist. So she's tiny too.
Oh wow, so she sits and then they put all the...
It's like a really
Oh,
thing.
wow.
So,
Almost looks like so neat. More polished,
yeah.
I would say. That headpiece is just unbelievable. All of what God did this season was just so expensive.
Let's see how that goes.
You just never know what this queen's wearing.
Right.
Because from this, you're like, what is she talking about? Personally, the first 2 episodes, I was like, oh, okay. But then I just went from here to here. Like, I loved her. Like,
So
even more and more and more and more and more and more and more. To even now, she has 1 million followers on Instagram. Like, oh my god. That is crazy.
Yeah, that is. And first of all, we are not understanding the transitioning situation either. Like
I wasn't fully
Yeah,
understanding.
but me either. So
And then I think we later found out that it was female to male to be doing drag, which
that's
is
like the
another
first time in
fluidity
history.
thing.
In this-
This is another one of those queens that has changed the face of drag, and like Sharon Needles and like Raja. Not Aja, but Raja on season 2, 3. What was she?
3 and
She was in 3.
3 and 4.
Yeah.
4.
She was in 4 as well.
4 is Sharon.
Oh, Sharon Needles was in 4, but
yeah.
those 2 were game changers. This is another game changer. So
Yeah. And I was not quite sure about white on the
white face.
Yeah. And now I get it, and I love it. I don't know what I was thinking, but I love it.
Everybody knows not a love day, of course. I mean, who doesn't?
So
There
this
you
is
go,
the one
Joey
that's-
J.
I'm very lazy.
She looks so confident.
Don't wear wigs. I'm very confident.
He's very confident.
Right?
And it's just like the mood. Definitely more masculine when I'm in drag. But when I get into drag, I want to be
Is that a horror?
Aggressive.
I just finished having a threesome with Angela.
all of our opinions at the time, I remember us saying he was so confident in this Meet the Queens, and then when we saw him on the actual first episode, when he came on, we didn't even know it was the right or the same queen. Like, we were like trying to figure out his confidence
very true.
when he walked on to that actual.
He's inexperienced.
The
That's
chicken
the
feather
word. That's the word.
He was so not confident
Right.
that we were like, it's not the same queen we saw in the Meet the Queens.
Yeah.
Yeah, he seemed just
Very-
completely insecure.
Meet the Queen, this scene, like she was so confident. I thought that she's gonna go in kind of
We
farther.
thought until we saw. Once I saw her on the
Yeah.
first episode, I was
I was
like,
like,
when she called herself Filler Queen.
Exactly. Like,
She called herself Filler Queen, but this was Francesco had a big crush
the
on Joey J,
first couple
and then it
episodes.
started to fade at some point,
to Rosé.
and then it transitioned into a rosé.
But
Went from a Merlot
what's all about?
to a rosé.
I love Joey J's confidence at first, but he didn't have the big personality. He's just very not smart with his
Oh,
drag.
Oh, there you go.
Hey, Joey J, I'm gay.
but
That was his brand.
But she had several moments, so
Yeah.
I guess it was all good.
I still follow him on Instagram and I love him and I just adore him. But
I don't think he was as
for the
elevated.
show,
He wasn't as elevated or experienced.
No.
And I think that's how that played out.
I saw clothes that they couldn't show. He had the fabulous stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but for some reason, finale look was questionable.
I saw that too. I was
What
like,
did you think?
oh my god.
This is probably most expensive look
Exactly.
he brought.
She brought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a power little spoon, verse tippity top, bottom. I can do it all.
See, I'm so up for it.
My god.
What you ordered and what you get.
It's actually good, you know? Right.
Everybody has something. I am America's next drag superstar. We get bitch and love.
Love.
Bitch.
It's cute though.
Hey, but you know, I will tell
Yes.
like a bitch, or I'm a park and bar kind of bitch. Like, you're not gonna be seeing me doing like kicks and flips and like splits. Like, that's just not me. Like,
Park and bark. Meaning, stay in one spot and do your performance. Instead of flipping and flopping.
She apparently did and I didn't name it.
That's why they gave her the part. Oh my god. That's why they gave her the part of the tree. Just stand right there.
you know, it's like,
Not even the dress was shown. Just the face.
Oh my god.
just enjoy
What a
yourself
wreck.
and don't let the company.
And she got in her head.
Yeah, right.
Her
Again,
makeup's fabulous.
what she brought for the runway was wonderful.
All her clothes
Yeah,
were wonderful.
Yeah.
The short time we saw her.
that's fabulous.
And even the other queens said that they all thought her outfits were all shoots. Every single one
Yeah,
of them.
right.
Still, I don't know you.
Yeah,
I,
That's true.
We didn't get to know her.
yeah. She just needs help because she's good. She's not unexperienced personally. I think that she's slow.
Slow getting ready.
She's just slow getting ready.
She's not in competition mode.
Yeah.
She's in
Exactly.
I want to take 5 hours to get ready for my show tonight.
Exactly. So
And that's a whole different type of
yeah.
thing than
Right.
this.
Oh, there you go, candy.
oh my god.
Oh, this is great. Oh my god. I love it. Candy Muse.
I like it. I like her.
Yeah.
The person that inspires me the most in pop culture is
Why?
Do you still like her?
Oh yes, absolutely.
Yeah. She's going to be good for TV.
Cartoon character.
Yeah.
Even the way he talks.
you know, watching Drag Race, I've never seen
I love the
someone
wig.
like me.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I've never seen
Only
Her,
people-
that's
I hope
one of the
she
best
can-
looks
yeah, you
she's
can-
Keep
had.
her style.
Yeah.
Her styling is pretty good. That wig.
Yeah, I love that wig.
So back then, I thought he's not going to win, but I remember saying he will be good for TV. Like,
Yeah.
that's good TV. He was funny to watch, hard to understand. He did create some drama. He did make some changes. He adapted to not being such an opinionated, harsh bitch. So he grew. I would have never ever guessed he would make it to be number 2.
Right.
Never, ever guessed.
That's a
But
surprise.
that's just kind of how that last quad thing worked out. It could have been totally different had he gone up against like Simone first. Let's just say, for example.
Well, he's a top 4 queen.
But he made it into the top 4. So I think I grew to like him. Well, here we got a good funny impression,
Yeah.
and we were excited. I started not liking him very much when he became with Tamisha, all that shit. Didn't care for that part of him at all. And then grew to like him better toward the end. Still not my favorite queen, and I would totally go see him in a show.
And you know
Absolutely.
what? Like maybe the impression will be much better if she brought that elevated look for
What
this
she did like
mid
this.
queen. You know, consistently.
Yeah.
You know, maybe I'll changed a little bit more.
Maybe that would have bored me self-visaged. I actually, the only thing that I did not appreciate about him since the get-go was his character, his voice, his tone, the way he spoke. I love his drag, I love him, I love everything. It's just this character, this attitude that he has which greatly helped him. But I just didn't relate to that.
The only part of his character I didn't like is when he got just
Fight with a
cunty
That's
in the
what I was
middle,
trying
and
to
but
say.
he wasn't always cunty. I mean, he didn't end up that. So
He slowed down after.
Yeah, it would be fun if she comes back for All Stars and do it again.
they'll bring her on just
Yeah.
because she's good for
She's-
TV.
Yeah.
And she made it to number 2
Right.
for crying out loud.
For the record.
So she's basically number 1 when Sonori's out.
She'll be
Yeah.
in one of the All Stars.
Yeah.
There we go.
Nanawi.
Miss Congeniality.
Yeah, Miss Congeniality. That's right.
Deserved? Yes.
Yeah.
So funny.
And this is not her style at all, don't you think?
It could be. It
Well,
could
on the
be.
show, she didn't bring great looks.
Her music, but her music video, she had
Fantastic
kind of
look.
like this.
Yeah. Was it big?
Yeah. And I don't feel like she had a colorful other than those bags.
Oh, I forgot about the bags.
Most nervous about sewing.
So she said
That
that.
was funny.
She made a bag dress that fell apart.
It's fundamental.
This is the opposite. His personality is beautiful. His dresses are like questionable.
Boy, he's a man.
Seems like we are not sure about Lara too.
Yeah, I said it. I'm not sure about her fashion sense. I didn't see her as a strong player.
Right.
I sensed something.
Yeah, you never,
whatever.
and I never thought she was like a lip sync assassin either. So that was a kind of surprise. That,
Yeah.
you know, it was,
Well, she can dance.
and also fun personality.
Yeah.
Like right now, this meet the queen. She was kind of timid and also not sure about what she's gonna bring. But once
She brought food.
yeah, she was fun. To watch entire time. So Olivia.
He looks like somebody we know. Mariah.
Balenciaga. Yeah.
Is that Balenciaga?
Yeah.
Oh my
And
god.
confident. She's gonna do good, I think. One of the most beautiful ones.
Although I'm here to grow and learn, and I'm gonna grow right into that crown.
So we liked her.
Yeah.
Good
And I thought
impression.
she would do well. So
Yeah, and she was learning too, and she was just showing her talent, and but also she's growing, and it's kind of sad that everybody said she needs to grow more at the end,
but she kind of still did.
Yeah.
She even said she's a fetus. That her
Right.
words in this
Right.
here, she's a fetus in the
She's
drag
only been
world.
1 year
It
old.
was
Yeah.
So that's what everybody's opinion was, and that she's gorgeous. Probably still, I think, one of the most beautiful of all of the. She's in the top of all drag the RuPaul's Drag Race as far as beauty. I think
Really.
that's my opinion.
Well, my opinion is that my opinion was the opposite than this two. I didn't like her, whereas now I love her.
Yeah.
And so I didn't understand her at first, and now I get her.
So I think the comic is the
There you go, Rose.
Got there.
Creative this season. Yeah. Must be good looking out of
I'm
her.
Rose. I am 31 years old and I live in New York City.
Very eloquent.
It's my
So
favorite.
glad you're
The queen
saying
comes
that.
for me and wants to fight. Let's see, baby. Let's go inside. That most people who had something to say about me would say something lovely.
You see top 4, definitely.
I'm America's Next Drag Superstar because in this day and age, people who are appointed as leaders, people who get a lot of attention and who win things, they need to have a really solid, concrete grasp on what's happening in the world, and they need to positively generate energy to help the greater good. And that is my #1 interest.
Oh,
As well.
go Rose, go.
So I think that I'm a great candidate to be America's Next Drag Superstar. Who wouldn't have come if I didn't come to win?
Yay.
But that shows like Rose is definitely top player of this season.
Yeah, I figured she would be a top player. Yeah. I didn't know how far up, but definitely a top player.
Yeah.
That's what I felt, and stayed the same. She kind of rode there in the middle for a while,
Yeah.
and then popped up at the end.
Yeah. Right.
So Good for her.
In this video, made us laugh, and I thought, she has a comedy too,
Yeah, and she can talk.
Yeah.
She definitely is the most eloquent, has the most flourishing vocabulary in the whole season, I think. But I didn't actually spot her right away, so I loved that I came to like her so much, because she wasn't like this bright light in the whole season for me.
Not at first, you're right.
But then she just hit me, and I just went down with it.
He went down.
I really went down.
To the party, and we were like,
Simon!
There we go.
She was like, bitch, you cute. And I was like, okay, let's be friends, bitch. And guess what? She can do her bitch. Look at it. Marvel at it. Look into it. Read it.
Yeah, I like her hair. She has a full gold grill, top and bottom.
My name is Simone. I am 25 years old, and I'm originally from Conway, Arkansas, but now I reside in sunny Los Angeles.
Why was he wearing
I
that?
describe Simone as a
Which piece?
The gold mug.
black goddess.
I think he was just trying to throw us street elevated. That's what he gave us the whole show. Was elevated street. That was his look. So that's what he kind of was hinting at right there. That's what he was about to give us.
Usually conflict comes from pettiness and delusion and some form of jealousy, and I don't do that. Well, I am fully on the ground. I came to say all of them. I'm America's Next Track Superstar because I get fashion, I get faith, but I also get personality and I get heart. I come from a small town and I made something of myself, and people need to see that. Season 13 is my season. Season of Simone, the Ebony Enchantress.
Wow.
That was a perfect interview.
When she used Ebony Enchantress the whole
Found a
time.
booger yet.
What did you think about Simone, the winner of this season?
I don't know, at that time I felt like she was going to be number one. I didn't think that at first. I liked what her hair was. I was not sure about the grill. I was like, I hope she's going to get past that, do more than that.
Yeah.
Just that, like, I didn't know if that was her 100% look or just a temporary look. And it was just a temporary look. And then her looks throughout this entire thing was that it was just basically elevated street and fashion and what's going on right now in fashion. And even ahead of that, but it's a street look elevated. And that's where some of the best clothing trends and styles come from anyway, is on the street, usually in like London, places like that. I didn't think she was number one. I knew she might be somewhere in the middle to somewhere in the middle top. But I didn't think she was number one at all at that point. It later came about episode 2.
She's more natural, throughout the season, but this is like, she's putting on character and,
Right.
so that I was kind of disguised the imagery because of that.
She was throwing
And
us
I
off.
like more on the actual show
Right.
compared to this
Correct.
interview.
Right.
It's kind of like the same thing with Joy J, putting out a character
Yeah,
that you don't see on the show.
right. This is a better case than Joy was like opposite.
Yeah. I am on the same page with this one because he taught me Simone's drag. I just was not aware of that at all. Like many things that in the past of Drag Race and the gay world and everything. So by him teaching me about Simone's drag, I just was not aware of where is that piece coming from, because
Right.
I don't get it.
Francesco's
That's my
just
reaction.
3 years in the U.S. and and other than that, he was just a kid in Italy, India. in Italy.
Oh my god, that was loud.
He was like a kid in India, and he came here to go to school in Italy, and so
Oh my god.
so he's really a newbie in all of this, and even the drag world, he didn't know nothing. He knew nothing a year ago
Don't
about
get
drag.
angry at me.
So literally, he's just a year old into this, and he still hasn't watched every season from the beginning. Like Mabo and I, we've seen every show from every season
7
multiple
freaking times.
70 times,
7.
like lots and lots of times. So we've seen the evolution of drag, and he does come from a fashion background. I come from a street fashion background. I grew up in Detroit, the club scene back then. So there's a whole lot of things that I can appreciate that are not me, but I want to be exposed to. And I was helping him understand what Simone's drag is. And so now he's starting to appreciate something that's other than his own aesthetic. That's I'm very eloquent.
Say it, because I want you to say that word of Simone.
I learned it in the factory.
So good.
Okay, let's go.
Hello, I'm Tanisha Iman. I'm originally from Birmingham, Alabama, but I
Thing is crawling up on her neck and making her look like she has no neck.
You always said that. Why? Why does she do that?
Well, no, so it's a breast piece, and her breast piece goes actually up to underneath her chin. It's part of a neck.
Why?
That's just that breast piece. Some of them come here, and that's why they always wear their jewelry right there. She wants hers to where she doesn't have to wear a necklace.
Maybe she has scars.
Hers come up onto underneath here, but when she's sitting down, it's making her boobs push this whole thing up, and it's like she's sitting
Like this.
like this.
Oh my god.
She has no neck. Wow. So almost 50 or 50. Somewhere around 50.
Other than the fact that first impression she had no neck, and it's her breastplate, like I explained, she wore that breastplate in every single one, and for some reason that made her feel as if she had no neck almost throughout the show. There were some where when she was standing and the angles were better, it maybe gave her more of a neck, but that first shot was not fair to her because she's sitting down, breastplate pushed up underneath her chin. It just was not as flattering. So it was hard for me to get past that. We found out kind of how much of a beloved and diva and respected she is in the industry. I did feel her drag was not as fresh as the younger ones, but that's to be given. She's designing all of her own things, so her drag was probably some of the most beautiful. The dress is like one of the dresses that Bruce said was probably one of the most beautiful dresses she's ever seen on RuPaul's Drag Race. She designed herself, but I think that as far as on the front edge of fashion or the front end of drag, there was Simone.
Yeah.
And on one angle, there was Gottmik on the other angle. Utica, in kind of that quirkiness, Gottmik on whatever it was she just created with that whole black and white face.
Just to say.
I didn't see her as a front edge of anything, not of fashion. I didn't see that, my opinion.
Gotcha.
And so that's what my feeling is with Tamisha. I think Tamisha would have done much better on season 2. And her prime time would have been season 1 or 2. She could have killed season 1. She could have killed season 2. So, anyway, that's that.
All right. And I'm glad I could know about our daughter too. Like
what we learned.
The ceiling to up.
Oh yeah, her drag daughter that dropped from the ceiling into the splits. We laughed. We couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah.
It was the funniest and most impressive thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And so
I'm glad she was here. And next, Tina Barnett.
I don't know. I think I've auditioned more than I've had sex in my life. Hi, I'm Tina Burner. I am 39. From New York.
Are you serious?
Comes from Tina.
39?
What, you think she's older or younger?
Well, he looks 30.
Oh, younger.
Yeah. Wow.
That's why they not call her daddy.
Oh my god.
He looks about that.
Oh.
It's close to Mabo's age.
Oh, but he looks 20. Younger than me.
Am I? Is that though?
I love her dress.
Yeah.
Sixth grade.
So basically, I'm the babysitter. Or the dad, as everyone likes to call me. You know, and as I here, I was raised on like respect and like putting the
And then
work
the Nolly
in.
takes over after you.
Drag for a day and all of a sudden this.
So basically his personality didn't change a bit.
But hey,
Right.
it's all about the performance.
He just brought this into the show.
I explain my fashion style as questionable.
Ooh. You're pushing us.
Like stupid drag. Like I'm into that. I want to put on a show. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
I like him too. I like him.
That is a lot because I was usually busy on the toilet, but I was crying too. So I was like multitasking.
Of all the outfits, I kind of like this outfit the best.
I kind of like this the best out of all of them.
Yeah.
And I like the wig too.
Yeah.
I like her smile. I like.
I'm America's Next Drag Superstar because you need someone who's going to get this together. You need somebody who's going to push people out of the way and get our country back together. And that is why I'm America's Next Drag Superstar, because we are
What are you
stronger
thinking?
as a community than we are as a nation. I'm Tina Burner, season 13.
OMG.
I felt like Tina and Rose is gonna go all the way. At this point, we didn't know that was the color that she always wear.
That would be the color of her skin.
Oh my god. Everybody said it.
So yeah, I thought she would be in the top. From this, because of her eloquence and her personality. She was funny. We liked her outfit. I thought her outfit of most of all these meet and greets was the best. So I thought she would be in the top, and she wasn't. So that's all I have to say.
Utica.
Utica is
Wow.
Utica.
I kind of love this look.
You hated it at first.
Yeah.
You hated her.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
You're
yeah.
like, oh my god, can't stand her.
Kinda like
That is something I could not relate 5 months ago.
Alright.
I am 25
Now I'm
wanna
as
play
delusional
Ryan.
as she is.
out of 291 people and the one gay that escaped.
I thought she looked like Evie and Thorgy together. Their personalities.
I love this dress and look.
Or the old Gothic architecture. Oh,
Look at that.
I hope she stays on. Yeah. Yay.
Utica, that was the exact imagery she was portraying throughout the show. Like she was that kind of quirky and it's exact that, and she just ran with it. We didn't know how sense of humor, horrible sense of
That
humor.
she doesn't have the greatest sense of humor or being able to deliver a joke or a read or a roast, but boy, her sense of art and her sense of fashion, not like she's fashionable, but what she's created is just art. And I love her still. She went home about the time she needed to go home because she couldn't perform on the funny challenges at all. But
Was it the roast?
I love her. The roast was the
Worst.
that was probably one of the worst.
Boo!
They booed her. They booed her. I'd still love her. I'd love to see her show and see just what she comes up with, her looks and her outfits. So grill.
As y'all said earlier, or at the very beginning, I didn't really understand her.
Yes.
That's the word. I don't understand it.
Yes.
And now I'm like, it's like 200% with it. I love it.
Yeah.
I can understand.
Some of my friends saying that he could go either way. Like he can be fabulous or he can be annoying. But I ended up with lovable and fun to watch and fabulous. Creator and
Something to watch.
Yes.
And lovable. And I think his heart is he's got a good loving heart. This season was the most polished. Like, how do you top those finale outfits?
Yeah,
like
that's right.
How in the world do you top that? And somebody was saying it's now outpriced drag. Like, drag has been elevated now so much, the cost to get ready for a show.
Yeah.
Somebody like a Chi-Chi DeVayne, with not a penny in her pocket, it would be very hard to compete. Though, not too many seasons ago, 4 or 5 seasons ago, Bob the Drag Queen would probably, his entire wardrobe cost maybe $1,000. And it was his personality that won the show.
Exactly.
So I think it's still possible. A look, it's not 100% the looks. It's comedy. This show is it is turned into a comedy show. If you can make Rue laugh, figure out Rue's humor, which is like mine, it's kind of dumb, twisted, and there is no basement to it. That's what's going to help win the show. You don't have to be as polished as Gottmik or Rosé.
I agree with you at 103,000%.
Yeah,
It's not the looks, it's your personality and how funny you can be.
Yeah.
That's why I did not understand some of his
funny.
ways. But yes, agree. I do 3,000%.
Okay, so who do you think surprised you most?
Candy.
Candy?
Mm-hmm.
Utica surprised me because she wasn't funny. She was everything else, but wasn't funny. Like in those things. So that was one that was a disappointment. Simone quickly rose up.
I think
that surprised me.
We liked it from the when she entered with those Polaroid, dress.
Right.
Yeah, like immediately, like
It was much more elevated even than her meet the queen scene. The grill threw me. I was like, is she gonna have that on the whole time? She can't even talk right. Like you could tell that she kind of had a mouth.
She was talking a funny
way. A little talking like that. So I was like, I hope that doesn't become her signature piece because I'd like to see who she is, and she proved it. So I loved that. I fell in love with Simone very early, and she was my pick from an early stage.
So you just say Candy?
Right, Candy, because I thought Candy was gonna go home probably right off. So
I was wishing probably after the first one.
So she definitely surprised me because she beat Gottmik. So that's a surprise. Candy is the one that surprised me the most because she were able to defeat a very strong Gottmik.
To me, I think Gottmik surprised me the most. That all the story, she had, behind, and also, I was not understanding, quite not sure, like how drag, from the beginning. We understood that, her headpiece was very expensive, but, I didn't know she brings, the fashion every single week. Like, it was like amazing.
She got some money back in her. She's got some money back
all
in
custom
her.
made, and it was surprising.
Yeah, everything she had was custom. Bussy Queen, I guess is his name. He did a thing, and she supposedly spent about 60 grand on outfits, and I could believe that. I can totally believe that. Yeah, her looks were killer, every single one of them. So, alrighty, we're gonna get ready for Down Under. We're gonna go down under.
Yes. Well, tell us what you thought about this, season.
And how you changed.
Yeah, right.
Like who
What's
you
your
thought was your
transformation been?
Yeah, who you like
From?
transformed from this to this, or who you thought was going to be top but ended up in the bottom.
Well, some people may be saying, I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
it was exactly thought.
This one, we had it all wrong.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Yeah.
I had no clue that the top four were going to be those top four for multiple reasons.
Yeah.
But Candy, I would have never guessed she'd be in top four.
Yeah.
That's why I'm surprised.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, that's a surprise.
Okay, alright. See you next time, guys. Thank you for watching.
We'll see you down under.
Yeah, soon. Very soon.
Very soon, down under.
We gotta be cute.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Oops, cuter.
Bye.